Hello guys, Chris here and welcome back to another video. With this one, my friends, I'm going to be testing the GeForce RTX 3080 Ti in Dying Light 2. This one is the Founders Edition model of the card. We are running it with the latest Nvidia drivers 511.65. We're not overclocking it, by the way, as you can see right here. Over in Tech Power Ups GPU-Z, you can see all of the GPU specs. And over on the left, we're pairing it with a Ryzen 9 5900X and 32 gigabytes of RAM. Let's get right into it, shall we? And first up, let's go through the settings. We're playing at the 1080p resolution, and we're also going to test this one at 1440p and 4K, starting off at 1080, of course. Upscaler mode is now turned off, but of course we're going to utilize some DLSS on quality in this video. And over on the advanced graphics settings, it's set to the high settings using DirectX 11 because 12 was stuttering a little bit and 11 was a little bit more stable. And as you can see, everything is turned to the high settings preset aside from the motion blur, which I disabled. And we're also going to test it out using some ray tracing as well later on into the video, so keep tuned in. Let's get into the game finally. I'm curious to see the FPS at 1080p. This game is super intensive. Okay, we're not seeing a full GPU utilization, but even at 4K I was seeing it at around like 90% usage. So there's something weird going on about this game and GPU utilization, at least using the DirectX 11 API, but still, it does get better results than the X12 anyways. Let's go outside. And honestly, at 1080p, it's not looking too bad. I'm using a 4K monitor, but well, yeah, I just wouldn't really play this game at 1080p with a 3080 Ti. But if you're fancying some high refresh rates in Dying Light 2, well, it's definitely possible. What the actual heck? Okay, let's just move on from here. All right, yeah, this is pretty damn good, guys. I'm actually utilizing 60 Hz right now because of the capture card. Also, the sun is going down slowly but surely, and the lighting is kind of changing a little bit here. It's looking very nice and beautiful. Really like this game, guys. It's just gorgeous to look at, and the story seems to be great as well, so I can definitely recommend it, especially if you have a 3080 Ti, obviously. But I don't know if you've seen my 3050 video. That card wasn't even getting 60 FPS stable at 1080p low settings preset, so this is extremely intensive. The fact that we're getting 150 FPS on average right there with the 3080 Ti is just completely insane. It shows the true power of this card. This is probably the most intensive game that we've come across in a few years, actually. Oh, GPU temperatures are going up by a little bit there, actually, guys. I'm just gonna check it out. Maybe my fan curve is not working very well. I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't working for some reason. Okay. But hey, let's stop it for 1080p resolution. Let's use some DLSS quality and see if I can spot the difference. You know what? I actually think maybe at the distance it's a little bit more blurry. But we do get closer to those 200 FPS, actually. That's just insane. I should probably go to the safe house or something like that. This is getting dark really fast. Alright, anyways. Yeah, sometimes it's a little bit soft at 1080p using DLSS. Also, we're getting around the same FPS right now, so that means that we are a little bit CPU bound over here. Especially using DLSS, we're getting like 70% utilization on the GPU. That's not very good, honestly, but hey, it's still a high refresh rate experience. It just means that something like the i7 12700K or even the i5 12600K will probably achieve more FPS than these because of higher single-core performance. This game relies a lot in single-core performance, as you can see by the CPU utilizations. But yeah, it gets pretty much the same FPS here at 1080p using DLSS and without DLSS. And in this game, I would totally drop the DLSS here because it just looks a little bit softer, especially when you're moving around. Let's go up to 1440p right now, and let's disable DLSS. And it is looking fantastic, way better than 1080p. And guys, it's still kind of a high refresh rate experience. If you have a 144 Hz, 120 Hz, 1440p monitor, this is perfect, basically. It's not 144 frames per second all of the time. But it... Oh, I'm so sorry. This guy was probably friendly, right? I thought it was a zombie. Zambi, I'm sorry. Zambi, yes. But yeah, the fact that you're not getting 144 frames per second or even 120 frames per second all of the time doesn't mean that this is not a buttery smooth experience, guys. And by the way, we're getting closer to that 90% utilization on the GPU, and that's something with this game, like it doesn't fully utilize the GPU, at least in the X11, as I told you. So right now we're not really CPU bound, but the GPU is also not really maxed out, which is weird. It's a buttery smooth experience. If you have a 1440p monitor, I would totally recommend these settings, unless ray tracing looks miles better and performs still above 60 frames per second, because it's a single player title anyways, and I feel like 60 is good enough. But yeah, this is really nice. If you've never experienced high refresh rates, dropping from 144 FPS on a 144 Hz monitor doesn't really feel like dropping to 50 FPS in a 60 Hz monitor. It feels way better than 60 anyways. Although from a 3080 Ti, you'd probably expect like 150 frames per second at 1440p resolution. I feel like this is still a very good result. Okay, I just slept. I think it's daytime now, probably. I hope. I don't see any lights coming through the windows. Just a little bit, actually. Okay, anyways, let's enable some DLSS here at 1440p, and let's see if it looks good still. Of course, our FPS just jumped up tremendously. This is just... it's awesome. Yeah, it looks pretty good, but it's still a little bit softer than native resolution. I can definitely tell you that. Still, it doesn't look bad whatsoever, and if you must have that 144 Hz experience, I guess this is probably it, right? Also, there is another bigger city, which I haven't really come across yet, which is a little bit more intensive. I think it's probably more CPU intensive, so you're likely to see a CPU bottleneck. I'm so sorry, I thought you were a zombie again. God damn it, man. I feel like these were good people, but now I gotta kill all of them because they saw me killing the other one. I'm so sorry. I am really sorry. Don't you dare running away from me now. All right. Zombies, got your meal. Now be good to me, all right? And again, I am running a 4K monitor, so this is not native resolution at 1440p, obviously. So even at 1440p without DLSS, it looks a little bit blurry, but yeah, I can definitely tell the difference, especially here in the bushes. Like, not sure if you can see it in the YouTube video because of compression, but yeah, it's just slightly blurry. I feel like I would turn it off here at 1440p because without it, it was still a buttery smooth experience, of course. But hey, let's bump it up to 4K resolution with no upscaling, and now, oh my goodness, now it's super sharp and beautiful and detailed, guys. I really love this. Oh boy, we're still above 60 frames per second, but I have played the game like this for like an hour or so, and I've seen it dropping into the 50s very often. So keep that in mind. It's not going to be above 60 FPS at all times, unfortunately, but it's still pretty damn close. If you don't mind a drop here and there, I mean, at least the averages will be above 60 FPS, and since it's a single-player title, you might not really care for the higher refresh rate experiences. This is really good looking, guys. Wow, it's so good. It really does look like a next-gen title or something. Look at that fire over there. I'm gonna go down there to see it properly. Let's go, Aiden. Drop. Nice. Hi people, how's it going? Oh, near the fire, the FPS actually drop a little bit, as you can see. 50s. Ooh, even 40s. I'm gonna get really close to it. How much will it drop? Will it drop into the 30s? No. You know what's weird? I got demonetized in Days Gone because of showing dead bodies in the video, but not in these Dying Light videos. And these are much more brutal, in my opinion. This is pretty damn decent, and remember, this game doesn't have an ultra settings preset. The max settings preset is just using ray tracing and high settings. So this is basically max settings without ray tracing, I guess. And yeah, it looks so good still, guys. Even the lighting looks great. Also, take a look at those average FPS, guys. It's so damn close to that perfect number. Oh boy. I really hope it goes up by a little bit. We must look at the sky, guys. Just kidding. Ugh, this is a disgusting little chest. Alright, the zombie apocalypse wasn't really friendly to chests. Ha! Now I truly love it, guys. Look at that average FPS. I love this area. It's a little bit less intensive, so yeah, it bumped the power averages by 1. This is a really smooth experience. I can definitely recommend it, but I have been playing with DLSS on quality at 4K, and it never drops from 60 FPS, guys, and it still looks really sharp and detailed. The higher the resolution, the better DLSS will work in terms of quality, of course, and performance as well. So this is definitely how I'd play this game, and it's how I've been playing it with the 3080 Ti, honestly. It just looks really nice and detailed. It's sharp. Maybe I can tell a little bit of softness in the bushes whenever I am running really fast, but if you stand still, it just goes away. It's sharp and detailed anyway. It's really minor, guys. You really gotta be looking for it to spot it. And even then, I don't think I can spot it very well. Maybe here, yeah, it's a little bit noticeable. But yeah, I truly think that... What are you grabbing, dude? I truly think that the DLSS 4K experience, DLSS on quality, using high settings is absolutely gorgeous and amazing, and I recommend this. Also, it could be a little bit different if you're running it on a TV. You might be able to spot some more imperfections. I'm running it on a 27-inch 4K monitor, so pixel density is pretty high and it looks fantastic like this. But yeah, 32-inch monitors will have slightly less PPI, and you might be able to spot the softness a little bit better, or TVs as well. Yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you're playing on a bigger monitor and if you spot any differences using DLSS. Alright, let's put the 3080 Ti on its knees. We're playing at 1080p once again, no upscaling, and over on the advanced settings we're using the High Quality Raytracing preset. Just gonna disable motion blur once again, and this is it. This is the max preset in the game, and oh yes, okay, yeah, the lighting, oh, a few stutters because of DX12. Yeah, whenever it's rendering in things, it tends to stutter a little bit using DX12 in this game. Such a shame that you have to enable DX12 to use ray tracing, because now whenever you are loading in a new area, it will stutter like hell. It will have really big frame time spikes, as you can see there in the graph. But still, so this is 1080p resolution, native resolution, you know, and with ray tracing, we're in the 100s, sometimes dropping down into like the 80s and 70s, I guess, but it could be worse, honestly. I just think that the performance loss, especially the stuttering, is just ridiculously annoying. I wouldn't play like this, guys. It was so much smoother using DirectX 11 that I just think that there is no point in turning on ray tracing, because you need to use DX12 with ray tracing. Really bad implementation of DX12 in this game, unfortunately. Yeah, god damn it, man. I think I actually tested the 3050 using DX12, because I thought it was better for it, because it's a recent GPU, so it stuttered a little bit. So it's good to know that at least if you enable DX11, it actually fixes the stuttering issues, and sometimes it won't really stutter all that much in DX12, but whenever you move around, for example, like this, and you need to load in a new thing, it will have those frame time spikes. If you don't mind having them for like 10 minutes and waiting for everything to load properly in the map, I guess it would be a smoother experience. Oh boy, okay, many zombies, gotta get them. Oh, another one. Okay, maybe I need to increase my FOV just a little bit. Yeah, we're getting down into the 70s, by the way, down here. It's getting a little bit smoother as time goes by. As I told you, as it starts loading in more things, it will stop stuttering. Now, using some DLSS at 1080p, yeah, again, it's noticeably softer. And you do get 100 plus FPS again, though. So we're getting around the same FPS as we got at 1440p native resolution, high settings. But now we got ray tracing and it's 1080p and it's a bit softer. I wouldn't really trade that sharpness. There are so many bad guys right now. Alright, get out. No, no, shut up. Okay. This is bad. They're probably coming right now. What am I seeing here? Why is there a trophy here? I can't loot. What? What the heck is happening? Is it bugged or something? It's probably bugged, right? Let's go up to 2560 by 1440 using no upscaling, still using the highest ray traced settings here. And, alright, much sharper, but we are dropping from 60 already. Look at that. Okay, it's kind of like a 4K experience without ray tracing. Maybe a little bit worse, actually. Yeah, probably is a little bit worse. So, You just trade too much performance for that lighting difference and reflections. You know, I wouldn't do it. But if you must have the best visuals ever, I guess it's possible here at 1440p. And again, enabling DLSS won't really look as bad as 1080p. So you should be able to play like that and enjoy pretty sharp visuals anyways. If you have a native 1440p monitor, that is.
Something stung me.
Okay, sit down.
You probably maybe it was a B, you know? Maybe it was a B, not a Zambi. Yeah, let's stop it there though. It's mainly below 60 FPS at 1440p using ray tracing. So using DLSS quality now. Yeah, it looks pretty decent still. I can see a lot of weirdness there, but yeah, it's a little bit softer in the vegetation still. But again, if you have a native 1440p panel, it might look a bit better for you, and it's probably going to stay above 60 frames per second at all times right now, so that's something there. If you want to play with ray tracing, it's certainly possible. And if you watch Digital Foundry's video, by the way, comparing ray tracing on and off, you can definitely see a huge difference. The game looks way better with ray tracing. It's just, if you're not seeing it side by side, you don't really know what you're missing. So, I don't know. I would still keep it off, even though it's a really good implementation in this game. And don't get me wrong, if the experience wasn't stuttery because of the X12 in this game, maybe I could see myself playing like this if I had a native 1440p monitor. But not like this, you know. It was so damn smooth, guys, previously. Even for a single-player title, I prefer this still. So let's just go ahead and try it out at the 4K resolution without DLSS first. This is gonna be extremely demanding. And, oh boy, yeah, look at that, 30s. Oh my goodness, we're getting less than half of the FPS that we were getting before because of ray tracing. Damn, that's super intensive, guys. It does look gorgeous, not gonna lie. Every time I see 4K in this game, it's just so amazing. But yeah, it drops from 30, so it's not really viable, right? But what about DLSS? Will it stay above 30 frames all of the time? Oh, Jesus Christ, that's a massive improvement, actually. What the hell? It was getting 20s here. We're getting like double the performance almost. Damn, that's super impressive. Okay. Wow, man. DLSS is just, it's the star of the show. Every single time I test it. Holy crap. This is nice. All right. Okay. Still, it's not 60 FPS all of the time. Gosh. Actually, it's probably gonna be below 60 FPS all of the time. All right, we got this. But it is playable, and it's sharp, and it's beautiful. It's a little stuttery again, but you know, if you really must have the best graphics settings available in the game, and you don't really want to play this game without 4K or ray tracing, this is the way, probably. DLSS quality, it gives you a playable experience, I would say. But maybe DLSS unbalanced will still look decent and give us more FPS. Yeah, we're above 60 frames per second. And it still looks pretty damn good. Honestly, I can barely tell a difference. I don't think I can tell a difference. Even those trees at the distance look really good. Wow. All right, so now we're playing with ray tracing. It still drops from 60 though. At 4K resolution with DLSS unbalanced, which makes it look pretty damn good still. Let me just take care of this guy, and I will talk about a little flickering that I saw right now. And shimmering, you know. All right, nope, get out, get out. Nope. Come on, kick him. Got this one, and you are gonna die, dude. Wait. I'm not done. God damn it! Alright. We're good. Alright, so, I was seeing if yeah, okay, so, when I look at them, what the heck? They're good now. They were very shimmery when oh, okay, maybe it's, like, here? Can you notice that? I can definitely tell, like, a lot of shimmering in those windows right there. It's a little bit minor, I guess, but it's a bit distracting in my opinion. Okay, guys, finally it's 8K time. 4320p, 4 times 4K resolution. Using no upscaling for now, and I set everything to the high settings preset once again without motion blur. So no ray tracing here at 8K, that's a very bad idea. Let's go and continue here. And oh my god, okay, 20s is honestly not too bad considering that the game is so damn intensive, right? Now unfortunately, as usual, I'll need to upload this at 1440p instead of 4K, so you can't really make out all of that detail. That's because my editing program always craps its pants whenever I render anything at 4K, and it has some very weird graphical bugs, so I just can't really do that, guys, sorry. But I can definitely tell you that this is so damn sharp. Holy crap. This is just insane. When we can play these games at 8K resolution, high settings, with like 60 plus FPS, I'll be really impressed. Now, of course, we got our savior, DLSS. And I think... Wait, what? I can't use quality DLSS in this one? What the actual hell? Alright, I can only use DLSS balanced for some reason. This is really weird, not even performance? Okay, maybe the game wasn't really made to run at 8K, or maybe DLSS in this game is just not meant for 8K resolutions. I don't know, but at balanced it still looks very sharp and detailed. Better than 4K, actually. I can still tell the difference. And it is now playable-ish. We're getting more than 30 frames per second pretty much at all times. I mean, it might still drop though, so it would be great if we could test it out using performance DLSS. But still, this is very impressive. I mean, for screenshots, this would be amazing, guys. There is absolutely zero softness as well at 8K using DLSS. It's just so damn sharp and detailed. Wow. I just wish the textures also scaled as the resolution goes up, because they still look kind of meh, you know. But anyways, that's been it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching it. I really hope it was informative and enjoyable to watch. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you in the next one very soon. As always, love you all. Bye-bye.